One of the questions I did see was someone had asked about family and stuff like that when it comes to game development and the amount of time we're home and or not home. What I'll say is this is as a father, I failed miserably on that, but I also succeeded on quite a few things. One of the things that I always thought was important was when I am home to try to spend time with the boys as much as possible. And one of the things we did, and we did this through books 1 through 6, is every night I would come home and I would read them a chapter of the Harry Potter books. Of course, because I'm goofy, I would do voices and stuff like that, depending on what was going on. We would sit on the couch and one on either side of me, and we would read a chapter of one of the books. And we did that for as long as it took, up until I think book 6. And then they were too old and they go, we'll just read it ourselves. I'm like, okay, which was kind of cool, but also kind of a bummer because I actually really liked sitting with them and reading, but they got older and that happens, they go off and do their own thing. But back to the point, work in game development, the hours can be absolutely brutal. And I used to joke that I worked 16 hours a day, but it wasn't that far from the truth, because there were times when I did work 16 hours a day. No one told me I had to. It's just one of the things about being completely driven and passionate about what you do is sometimes when you start something, you cannot let it go until you get it right. And that can be a bad thing, especially if you have people waiting at home. What I would say is figure out a way to where you can turn it off at a certain time and then return to it. Like one of the things that I tried to make sure that I went home for dinner and hung out with them for dinner until they went to bed, and then sometimes went back to work afterwards and then worked till like midnight and then came home. They're not going to know why you're gone. They're just going to know you're gone. So try to work out a time and a schedule that works for both of you, because they really need you there. They need to know that the support is there. They need to know that you're going to be there when they need you. It's a fine balance. I ended up working from home a lot of times